Good morning, Lina. How are you? I'm saying morning because I'm in the south, and for you, it's the afternoon for sure. You are 5 hours ahead. And we are continuing with this brilliant idea we had of talking about the equinoxes, of the seasons, because as we are on different hemispheres, you are starting on, or you're going through already springtime, and I'm going through, that's why I'm wearing this, autumn here in the south. But we found it interesting to perhaps have a comparison from this perspective of Eastern medicine, macrobiotics, how we can approach and prevent seasonal events, and how we can prepare our bodies for the season with all this knowledge, very old knowledge that comes to us from the East. But as you were saying earlier, Europe, the West, also had this type of knowledge in the past, unifying more holistic view of the human being within their circumstances and seasons. Perhaps I'll have a little summary of what we talked about for those watching now that missed the first part of this get together. And I invite all of the viewers to go back to that first video that we posted on the 21st of March. And now on the 21st of April, we carry on with our talk, because clearly on a 40-minute talk, there is so much to say. We just scratched the surface, yeah, really. So what we did talk about, let me see, is that, planet Earth, this sphere where in the north, you're waking up after wintertime, the energies are uprising and waking up to spring, to all the flowers starting to bloom and the energy going up. Whereas here in the south, the tendency after summer is for the energy to go back into the earth. The plants, the energy goes back to the root, loses the non-essential leaves, and the energy concentrates at the root. And us human beings, all these energies around us impact us, yeah? Sometimes we think that we can go through life and nothing matters, and we can, independent of all these, of our environment, we can perform. But it's good to acknowledge that, because sometimes we can be swimming against the current, mainly as we age. And if we want to age gracefully, it's wise to acknowledge these energies. And as we age, we do feel them more than when we are young. When we are young, yeah, we can act and perform independent of everything sometimes. So my first question, Lina, would be, how is spring doing for you? How are you a month into spring? How are you feeling? And what can you tell us more about springtime?
Yeah, spring is really, it springs around here very, very crazily, because it's not really something to you can't depend on a certain temperature. It's going up and down. And I think what I realized with me and also with customers of mine, that when the winter energy, also this flow is not really perfectly established, then it's really a little bit tougher to be in this springtime. Also this what we observe outside is not obviously just coming by itself in the inside of our being. Yeah, that means there can be some fatigue I sometimes I think I should do a siesta again, like in winter times when there was so much darkness. I don't permit myself, but I'm always recommending it. Also it's not yet really green within me. Yeah, the blossoms are to be seen now. Really, when the magnolias the blossoms of the magnolias, they come, they're very fast with the sun, they're opening, and very fast they're also losing their attractive shape and form. This is going by, and I have the impression this is the kind of we can't imitate everything in nature. We stand also independent a little bit of nature, because when I think you in Buenos Aires with an autumn, you will not lose your hair, you will not lose your nails just because things are falling from the leaves are falling from the trees. So there is human being a little bit outstanding, even though in our times we should reflect and remember that there's a lot of what is given by nature, energy and strength that is given by nature. And this upgoing energy, this means if I leave alone the winter, if I can leave alone, yeah, what do I have? Detoxifying would be a good word to say I'm getting lighter, so I can follow springtime to the summertime then finally. Yeah. I have to
Well,
work on this too, not only recommend it.
and the spring cleaning, it's been used since the beginnings of time, this wise spring cleaning action, yeah?
Yeah. This is because when we are less in movement, when we have more salty and fatty ingredients, in our nutrition, these things, they click together, they stick together in the body. The body is not obeying, the body is not allowing that everything circulates, but the body takes a certain material and puts them together and puts them in one joint or in one elbow, or it is somewhere put together and hold together so that
Deposits, yeah.
the acidity thing, we're saying it with the word, the acidity is put together by minerals that the body can find within its own resources and puts it somewhere. And this is called, something that is very difficult to get going, but this is necessary to detoxify, these spots, and then there comes more movement, and it is easier also to move. This is springtime for me. Yeah, get out of the couch.
Yes. Into nature, yeah?
Yeah,
More
into
walks,
nature.
more, yeah.
Yeah, into
Yeah.
nature.
But yeah, and here it's the opposite energy, yeah. Starting to go down into yeah, in the house a bit more, yeah, because it's starting to rain outside, and yeah, starting to feel the throat, or if there is a chill in the air and it catches you unaware, okay, what shall I do? Let me have some of that licorice tea, for instance, that helps strengthen the lungs, and yeah, having that knowledge, the tip of the hands to be able to ride this low energy season. It's a bit low in some aspects, but necessary also. Yeah, it's part of the waves, of the wave also, of the energetic wave of the seasons. So yeah, and what I found myself doing is activating this point here, lung number 4, which is very good for activating it, pressing it. Sometimes
Yeah.
it feels a bit
Yeah.
tender on both hands, yeah, because it does help the immune system and also fight colds and strengthen uh, yeah, the organs that are more affected by the season, which are the lungs and the large intestine.
You mean when you're feeling a little bit sad because summer is leaving and the late summer also has said goodbye, then you can help yourself with, for example,
Yeah,
some pressure in these points, or
yes,
also in giving you a little bit more protection, no? Protection, also,
yes, yes,
and
yes, yeah,
a little bit more love if you want. Nature
yeah,
is giving less, but then you come into the place to act with yourself as if you wanted to protect yourself for the
yeah,
temperatures to come, yeah?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And we can act on this knowledge, and yeah. Uh, so that is one something I wanted to make a point of here in this one because I didn't mention that last time. Yeah.
And when we have this comparison between these two seasons, once a springtime, on the other side, the autumn, in both
Hmm.
sides, I don't know if we talked about foot baths. I'm so very much convinced that the foot bath is also helping to detoxify from energies that you don't need in the season in which you want to be, or from from mind, from thoughts, from occupations that you have in your mind. You come into your feet and you let it go by taking a foot bath, warming yourself or refreshing yourself wherever you are, wherever you want to get to, or if you want just to make your sleep a little deeper, you know, be able to have a really relaxing night rhythm. Put a foot bath into the program, at least every second day.
Yeah, at least a foot bath. But if you have a bathtub, also, yes, you can create like an onsen, like the Japanese say, and spa experience at home. Yeah, you don't need to go anywhere, but you can perhaps do it at home. Yeah, and create a nice space with some candles and nice music and chill there. That's also good. And as hot as you can take to also counteract with the cold outside. Yeah. And but foot baths are great with sea salt in the water, a handspoon, uh, a handful of sea salt, and perhaps ginger, powdered, yeah, ginger in the water, and yeah, and keep adding hot water when it becomes a bit lukewarm. Add a bit more because then we have very important points in the acupuncture points in the feet, yeah, in the extremities, in the limbs. We have very important points in the of the meridians. Also, you can do a hand bath, yeah, if the foot bath is not possible, a hand bath, or mainly if you have what you call it,
Joints, the joints.
joint problems or accumulations here in the deposits in the hand, or it hurts these little joints hurt, or so massage them, but soak them in hot water first and help with some massage. Yeah. Yeah, you can put that into your daily life during autumn, winter time also. Yes, that's
And
also good.
I'm talking about my springtime, and to detoxify, it's really, really great if you do this for your feet and for your whole well-being. Yeah, we move, we get into movement constantly through our feet, through standing, the contact with Mother Earth. And if we want to go with Mother Earth and with what is happening outside, it's good to be like connected through, like you said, a sea salt water, or I put some lemon and lemongrass, for example, now for springtime to get a little bit of push. And you can also do this in the morning when you have a Sunday morning ritual and you want to do it a little bit. then you put it like what I wanted to say. The springtime has shows up in a daily time too, and the daily time that is connected to springtime is the morning. And the morning you would take a shower, you would take a brushing of your skin, and then take a shower with a decent plant extract that helps you to get into your day, to get up there, this to get up into springtime, you can say. The
Yeah.
morning is fitting to spring. So you
Yeah.
can
That
see
rising
how fit
energy.
you
Yeah.
are in the spring. How do you get out of bed? How do you feel?
Yeah, that microcosm, yeah, of the day, uh, and we can compare that to the macrocosm of the yearly seasonal rhythm. Yeah, yeah. So, so you're having, well, you actually do online detox programs, don't you, Lena? So
Yeah,
I guess,
I'm having on my website, which is all in German. It can be translated as as we go along. You can translate this by Google into your language, into English. So you see exactly the program that I'm offering for your everyday life. You can do this detoxing. Either you are free from work and you do this in your own kitchen and you have a little vacation in your own place, or you do it in middle of your work balanced work life, because it is very simple. Once you have the first and the second day, you have been cooking a little bit, you see you can integrate it very well in an everyday life, and then perhaps spend your vacation in full power because you have done already your detoxing in your work
yeah.
time. Yeah, it is very helpful to have good decision making, to have an initiative, to be as a brain wise present. Yeah, it helps completely when you do a little bit on the food and drink side detoxing. It's unbelievable how much you are hold for what you want to do. The next step, the next fresh day, whatever is on your plan.
And I always felt that these detox programs based on macrobiotics, they do have a different power from other systems. It's not that you get well and then you drop again, but it keeps you up. Yeah, you are following these natural movements of life, but then it gets you on point for the next level, and it doesn't drop you. I mean, your
Yeah,
energy doesn't drop
what
you.
you
It's
what
not
you
that you
say
drop
now, this is
off.
when I'm going to a vacation and I'm having all kinds of things that do good to me. Soon after the vacation, 1 week or 2 weeks later, it's all already somehow forgotten, or it's lost a little bit. And this is when you get into your own cooking and you see this and that subject is good for you, you would integrate it into your everyday life. Then the effect of this detox time is continuing, and you can always accelerate or you can leave it a little alone and then go back to it. You have something for your lifetime once you understand how your body is in a rhythmical way to be supported, having a light digestion, yeah, and having a light way of presenting yourself in your daily work and life.
And this reminds me of your rhythmic massage. Yeah, your massage, you describe it as rhythmic also.
Yeah, we in the SU too, Alicia, we are trained in both worlds. I'm trained also in Western lifestyle, and I'm trained in the massage that comes from the anthroposophic medicine and there they go along with lymph, the liquid in our body, when it's well balanced. I can say this is then a good winter energy, right? When it's well balanced, then you are in your best shape. And the rhythmical massage takes care of the lymph, puts it into its shape. It's a very much, yeah, when I put hands on, this is another part of my work. Then you can feel really how you're hold within your own system. This is very interesting.
And you embody those practices, and you are a good example of that. Yeah,
Oh, mhm. Thank
always
you.
full of energy and beautiful. So yeah, hopefully we can be embody what we talk about. It's not just we walk the talk. Yeah.
Yeah, we walk the talk, and I can give this to you back, Alicia, because I also think that you're fantastic. You're seeing the person in front of you as a whole person, and you see where is a little bit something that you could give a hint or could give a little. So I know that you see in the perspective of this whole being in front of you, not in perspective. There's this illness and this tag of this illness put on this person, and now we have to see how to get rid of it. No, you see where it comes from in the best way. Where's the origin on different levels.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. The idea is to all these tips and ideas, people haven't thought of this, to incorporate them in their daily lives because it's simple. Once you get the idea, it's simple, and we are here to help also. Yeah, clearly. Um, so something that I wanted to add also from my autumn perspective, let me see, is yeah, how to keep healthy and joyful during autumn. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit challenging, but organizing, simplifying the routine, cut out what you can. Yeah, make simple meals, perhaps sometimes more is not always better, less is better. So, yeah, trying to focus on what we have accomplished rather than what is still we need to do still. And yeah, and this practice of letting go also, which is interesting because springtime also has that in a way, letting go of all the heaviness of the winter. And here is in autumn, it's another type of letting go, but the equinox works here. Yeah, it's sort of similar type of energy, going to cold or going to heat. The in-betweens are a bit similar in a way. There
Mm-hmm.
is also this practice of letting go here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
uh, unburden yourself also emotionally of old hurts, resentments. Yeah, and take a few minutes to do nothing also, because we are
Yeah.
coming to hibernation, which is, it doesn't mean stopping altogether, but yeah, enjoying a time of deep connection to yourself and to your seed, to work on that. That will be winter, but I'm giving some flashes here of winter, what we are preparing for. Yeah.
So you see, when we think of the day, and then whatever you said now, was remembered, this has to do with the evening.
Ah,
I look back into my day. What did I accomplish? How did I, what did I accomplish very well? And I'm looking uh, where can I be very, very content? And I focus on that one, to let go, to be able to go to my night uh, shift, to my sleeping time. And what you said was exactly how you can live in autumn. Yeah, you will have to resemble everything from summer and late summer and you put it a little bit together, and you say the quantity is perhaps less, but the quality will deepen, point of view food. And exactly the same thing with the thoughts. Yeah, we acknowledge, and we have a harvesting of this that happened in the day, and then we go into the night. I love this comparison right now.
Yes, 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 that's good. Yeah. And you were talking about scrubbing. Yeah, it's good for detoxing. But here also, yeah, with this letting go, also shedding and cleansing the body, we can still advise and suggest this scrubbing, brushing the body, hydrating it. I love using toasted sesame oils for the skin with vitamin E. Then you can smell a bit of Chinese food, but I don't mind because I love the smell of the sesame oil on my skin. And that, yeah, is keeping the skin oiled, which is in tune energetically with the lungs and the large intestine. Yeah, I go back to what I said in the first chat, that the health of the skin is related to the health of the lungs and the large intestine. So if anybody out there suffers from allergies, easily catches colds, and yeah, the respiratory tree is always sort of a weak point of theirs. So, or Crohn's disease, all this type of inflammation of the bowel, if any of that is happening, clearly that person will have an effect or a reflect of the inner condition on the outside. So it's not to be sad, because sadness is also the emotional aspect of this season. You may feel a bit more sad or sadder, but when you know how to go back to balance, so it means that you have your health in your hands. That's for me a great slogan that puts your capacity to go back to balance in your hands. So it's not
Yeah,
that something happening to you and you don't know what to do, you're lost. So there is a direction. We're not lost, but we have lost a bit of the capacity to read all these signs that life is giving us. But we are here to help people go back to their balance, and that is health. Yeah, when you're balanced, there are not so many of these signs, out of balance signs.
yeah,
Um,
you feel much more concentrated or focused when you know what to do with yourself, with a certain season, with a certain way of mood in your daytime. If you know how to treat it, if you have this knowledge that we kind of can underline within you, then you're feeling much better. You're more self we say selbstständig. So we know how to guide ourselves better, how to lead ourselves when we have the knowledge and the contact with what helps us, or we need a certain experience. And this, for this little beat here and there, we underline it. We help you to understand better what's going on. Yeah, so that you can get in tune with yourself and the outer world, the
yeah.
natural outer world. Yeah.
And one thing also, food wise, that I wanted to mention that I didn't mention before, I think that if it grows underground, it is autumn food. So this is the time for the root vegetables. Yeah. And mushrooms also start becoming available in the autumn. And so I wanted to remind people that shiitake mushrooms, perhaps you don't go out in nature and find them, but you can buy them in Chinese shops, and they are great also to help the immune system, and it has been used traditionally to fight against cancer. So you can use them. You can soak them up, boil them, and use them in soups, use them in stews, and that's also great for for autumn. Like
And yeah,
lotus, yeah, lotus seeds, lotus roots, that perhaps you won't find them fresh, but again, in Chinese markets or shops or natural health shops, you will find them. So it's good. They resonate. They are in tune with the autumn energy and with the lungs. You see the root, yeah, the the lotus root
yeah,
looks a little bit like the lungs inside the alveoli.
yeah.
So it's good to add them more at this time of the year.
As you can say, the shiitake, it is really for people who have a lot of load, you know. As again, here the detox is not without shiitake possible. But if a person has nothing to detoxify, as nothing like you feel too heavy or you feel too slow and too, then the mushroom shiitake is good for you. If you are cold and you are anyway already a lightweight and a light-minded person, then you're very careful with the mushroom shiitake. Also, I heard there is this distinction, and people have to, when they have already cold feet, they should take hands away from shiitake.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, because of the volatile, if you wish, quality of the mushrooms, because they come out and they droop also, yeah,
yeah.
immediately. So that if we are what we eat, we are also incorporating that to our bodies. Yeah. Uh, mm. But
Yeah,
Barda,
also I think that Alicia, she's having this holistic concept of health, and she presents it, as you see, so well to get you to be always in capacity to be a happy and a well-being person, you know. So please contact us. We will put it into the notes below the YouTube, and you can certainly be accompanied a little way of your path, you know, and get out of I'm lost, you know, or get out of this, I'm not getting better, even so I want it so much, you know.
yeah, yeah, and and I think we both work about the same way. I like to work with people on a medium sort of long term because mainly when because I like to deal with chronic diseases, yeah,
But the
and
main thing is this, the possibility to imagine oneself being a healthy and a radiant person, to imagine, to be able to imagine it already, and then go the steps and have some company to stick to it. Yeah.
yeah,
I would like to say thank you for this time.
yeah,
Moderation there was very great, Alicia, and I think we will find another date that is similar
yes.
to this one. Who
I
knows?
guess if everything goes to plan, the 21st of next month. Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
yeah. And we are
So,
here in our last minutes to close, yeah, our session, today's session.
so
Uh,
my points of help for this is if you have something here for your lungs and your intestine, then you have something for your gallbladder and your liver around the ears, and you can be sure if you go on your shoulders, from the neck to the shoulder, from the neck to the shoulder, then you help your your being light, your wish to be light, and to digest well and to have a clear mind through best digestion. You can help yourself.
yeah. You're working on your gallbladder, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, gallbladder.
Meridians there,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is
And
very
sometimes
easy
it
to
just,
attain.
they are sore, the points are sore, but we have to keep insisting to get things going. Energy stuck, which is stuck to unstick it, if I can invent the word.
You know, to make it
Yeah.
loose, say
Yeah, as
goodbye.
life is movement, eh? We cannot stop, otherwise it's part of the, yeah, of the end. This is the end, my
This is
friend.
the end of this today, and
Yes,
let's thank you, customer, and you, listener, and bring your questions along. You know,
yes, please. Yeah,
so
we,
we
we
can.
will answer them. Next time, perhaps we can take some questions and answer them.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much,
Okay, so
Alicia.
yeah, less than 1 minute now, and I say goodbye from Buenos Aires, Argentina, to all of
Yeah,
you, to
say
the whole
goodbye from
world.
Bonn.